Huckabee and your calls at 855-840-HUCK. That's 855-840-4825.
Welcome back to the Mike Huckabee Show. On this Thursday, Judge Andrew Napolitano, the Fox News senior judicial analyst, is the author of Theodore and Woodrow, How Two American Presidents Destroyed Constitutional Freedoms. I think his sequel is going to be And That Third President, Barack Obama. We shall see if that's the next book by the judge. Judge, I'm just giving you an idea there, just in case you want to talk about another president who seems to...
You are always filled with ideas, Governor Mike. How are you? And thank you very much for having me on your show.
Well, thanks for being back.
You know, President Obama is clearly an ideological successor to Theodore and Woodrow, though Theodore and Woodrow ran against each other. Theodore Roosevelt was a Republican, Woodrow Wilson a Democrat. Neither of them believed that the Constitution meant what it says. They both believed that it conferred upon the federal government unlimited power to address, regulate, correct, or tax whatever those who were running the government wanted it to do, and that the only thing it couldn't do is what is specifically prohibited in the Constitution. Okay, they'll take them at their word. Guess what's specifically prohibited? Infringing upon the right to keep and bear arms. It couldn't possibly be more direct than that. And yet the president, through legislation and through 23 mostly absurd executive orders, is trying to infringe upon that right that he swore an oath to uphold.
Well, I mean, the recommendations that he had for the executive orders it was like a cake with no icing. I mean, there was nothing there. It was a lot about, we're going to do what we should have already been doing and what we are empowered to do, but just didn't get around to getting done.
Let me suggest to you, Governor, that at least one of the cakes without the icing is a sleeper, and that's this. The president signed an executive order yesterday declaring that there is no impediment in federal law for a physician asking his or her patient if the patient owns a gun. Now, that's true. There is no impediment in federal law. But why would the President of the United States say that? What business is it of your physician whether or not you own a gun? And will this executive order, which says they may ask, someday be amended to say they shall ask? Because all primary care physicians, the first doctor you go to when you're sick, are required, starting in 2014, a year from now, to record their notes on laptops. And the Secretary of Health and Human Services has software which gives her and her agents access to those laptops. So your privacy is gone, and whatever the doctor says to you about your gun. Now, we're not talking about somebody comes in with a gunshot wound. That's a different story. You go in with a headache, or you go in with your child having the flu, and the doctor says, by the way, do you have a gun? And you answer to the doctor, and he puts that in records to which federal agents have access. That's a violation of privacy. It's an intrusion upon a specifically guaranteed and protected right in the Constitution. And it is the President of the United States, yet again, Governor, inserting the federal government in the middle of what used to be a sacred and private relationship, physician and patient. So these things he signed yesterday, though many of them seem innocuous, they are really the tip of a very, very dangerous iceberg, which will destroy human freedom as you and I and your listeners have come to understand it.
Well, and I did think that the number one thing for liberals was that no one should be able to get between you and your doctor. I mean, I thought that was the whole theme of the Democratic National Convention about abortion was don't get between, a woman and their doctor. Now we're letting the doctors, or the federal government rather, get between our doctors and everybody, not just women, but every single person.
Because the underlying theme, Theodore Roosevelt, Woodrow Wilson, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, is that these progressives, they call themselves progressives, know more and better than we do how we should lead our lives. They don't trust us to eat, so they will tell us what we can't eat, and you can't buy soda pop in a container larger than 16 ounces. They don't trust us to care for our bodies, so they'll impose burdensome health care requirements on us. They think that they can protect us, so they'll impose such burdens on us that we can't protect ourselves. Look, the absolute craziness of taking away a fundamental natural right, the right to defend yourself from millions who are law-abiding, because of what a few crazies have done among us, simply will make all of us naked and vulnerable to an overbearing government and to bad people, as to whom we need guns to protect ourselves from them.
Well, it's a fascinating. I hope we can go into more soon. I promised your staff I'd let you out at this time, so I'm going to keep my word. So we'll get you back, Judge. Always delight to have you here, and let's talk again soon.
Is DeSalvia still working that board?
Well, he's getting a paycheck. He doesn't actually do any real work, but he's physically.
Governor, if he hits the wrong switch, nobody will hear us.
After what I just said, he probably will.
Pleasure, Governor.
Take care.
Look forward to seeing you when you're in the building next.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right.